The camera suddenly shifts away from the stage, not to the electrifying performance, not even to Justin Bieber who's commanding the crowd, but to two figures standing quietly in the middle of it all. Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet. No announcement. No spotlight. Just a fleeting moment in the chaos of Coachella, and yet, it instantly sends the internet into a frenzy. Before we dive deeper, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and share, because what you're about to hear might completely change how you see this rumored Hollywood couple. The night was already electric. Coachella's desert air pulsed with bass as Justin Bieber delivered a high-energy set packed with hits. Thousands of fans were locked in, phones raised, voices screaming every lyric. But somewhere in that sea of people, something unexpected was unfolding, something far more intriguing than the performance itself. Fan cameras began to turn. Not toward the stage, but toward the crowd. And there they were. Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet, standing side by side, blending in almost effortlessly. No VIP barrier. No exaggerated security presence. Just two global icons trying, at least on the surface, to experience the music like everyone else. Kylie, effortlessly stylish even in a casual festival look. Timothée, with his signature laid-back aesthetic. But what truly captured attention wasn't just their presence, it was the subtle interaction between them. In a now viral clip, Kylie leans in close, speaking directly into Timothée's ear, her voice lost beneath the roar of the music. He turns slightly, listening, then breaks into a soft smile, one that fans are now dissecting frame by frame. It's brief. Almost insignificant at first glance. But in the world of celebrity culture, moments like these speak volumes. Was it just a casual exchange? Or something more? A nearby attendee later claimed the two looked completely at ease together throughout the set. No distance. No awkwardness. Just quiet chemistry. They laughed. They stayed close. And most importantly, they didn't seem to care who was watching. But here's where things start to get even more interesting. Because this isn't the first time Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet have been spotted together. Over the past few months, they've appeared at multiple high-profile events, concerts, private parties, exclusive gatherings. And yet, despite all the sightings, neither has publicly confirmed anything. No statements. No official photos. Nothing. And somehow, that silence is louder than any confirmation. At Coachella, surrounded by flashing lights and endless cameras, they chose not to perform for attention. No dramatic gestures. No over-the-top displays. Just presence. Subtle, controlled, almost intentional in its understatement. Now think about that for a second. While the world was watching Justin Bieber dominate the stage, these two were quietly creating a narrative of their own, one that doesn't rely on headlines, but instead builds through moments like this. Small. Unscripted. Real. And right here, this is where the story shifts. Because the question is no longer whether they're seeing each other. It's how serious this really is. Some pop culture analysts believe this low-key approach actually makes their connection feel more genuine compared to other celebrity relationships. No forced publicity. No dramatic reveals. Just organic glimpses into something that may, or may not, be growing behind the scenes. But not everyone is convinced. There are whispers that appearances like this, right in the middle of one of the biggest music festivals in the world, might be more strategic than they seem. A calculated way to stay relevant. Or perhaps a soft launch without ever calling it one. So what's the truth? That's still unclear. But one thing is undeniable. This moment, this single, fleeting interaction in the middle of a massive crowd, has captured global attention. The clip has already racked up millions of views. Fans are analyzing every detail. Every glance. Every movement. trying to piece together a story that hasn't officially been told. And here's the real payoff. Because beyond all the speculation, beyond the theories and headlines, there's one simple fact that stands out above everything else: they chose to be there, together. Not on stage. Not in the spotlight. But right in the middle of the crowd, just like everyone else. And maybe, just maybe, that's where the real story begins. If you want the latest updates on Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet, along with exclusive celebrity moments you won't find anywhere else, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video, because the next chapter of this story might be even more unexpected. Just when fans thought they had seen everything, another angle of the same night begins to circulate, and this one adds an entirely new layer to the story. The footage is grainier, a bit shaky, clearly captured in the middle of the crowd. But what it reveals is enough to send speculation into overdrive. In this clip, Kylie Jenner appears to reach for Timothée Chalamet's hand, briefly, almost instinctively, before pulling back as someone passes in front of them. It lasts less than a second. Blink and you'll miss it. But for fans who have been following every detail of their rumored relationship, it's the kind of moment that feels impossible to ignore. And suddenly, the narrative shifts again. Because now it's not just about proximity. It's not just about shared space at Coachella. It's about instinct, comfort, reflex, moments you don't fake. The crowd continues to move, the music surges, and on stage, Justin Bieber transitions into one of his most emotional tracks. The lighting softens. The energy changes. And in that exact moment, something subtle happens again. Timothée leans slightly closer to Kylie, not dramatically, not for show, but enough to suggest a shared connection that exists beyond the noise around them. No performance. No audience awareness. Just two people in a moment. And this is where things become even more intriguing. Because according to multiple attendees who later shared their experiences online, the pair didn't arrive together, but they also didn't seem surprised to see each other. Some claim they were already in sync the entire night, moving through the crowd with an unspoken understanding. Others insist they stayed in the same spot for most of the set, rarely separating, almost as if the outside world had faded into the background. But here's the twist no one saw coming. A source close to the event hinted that this might not have been a random meetup at all. There are quiet whispers that both Kylie and Timothée were invited to a private after-party following the performance, an exclusive gathering attended by a select group of industry insiders. And while there's no official confirmation they went together, there's also no evidence they didn't. And that ambiguity? That's exactly what keeps this story alive. Because in the world of celebrity culture, what isn't said often matters more than what is. As the night continues, more clips emerge. Different angles. Different perspectives. In one, Kylie is seen laughing, genuinely, freely, her guard seemingly down in a way that fans don't often witness. In another, Timothée appears momentarily distracted, scanning the crowd, before his attention returns to Kylie almost immediately. It's subtle, but consistent. And consistency is what turns coincidence into pattern. Now here's where the energy shifts again, because not everyone is reacting the same way. While many fans are celebrating what they see as undeniable chemistry, others are questioning the timing. Why now? Why here? Why during one of the most high-profile performances of the year? Some skeptics argue that appearances like this, especially at globally recognized events like Coachella, are rarely accidental. That even the most natural moments can carry layers of intention. That being seen, without officially being seen, can sometimes be the most powerful statement of all. But then again, what if it's not that complicated? What if, in the middle of all the noise, this really is just two people choosing to spend time together? No script. No strategy. Just presence. And that possibility, that raw, unscripted version of reality, is exactly what keeps audiences hooked. Because deep down, everyone is trying to answer the same question. Is this real? Or is it something designed to feel real? As the final notes of Justin Bieber's performance echo through the desert air, the crowd begins to disperse. Lights dim. Conversations rise. Phones lower. And just like that, the moment starts to fade. But not for Kylie and TIMOTHÉE. Because even as people begin to leave, a final clip surfaces, one that might be the most telling of all. In it, the two are seen walking in the same direction, slightly behind a group, not holding hands, not making any obvious moves, but undeniably together. There's no rush. No attempt to separate. No visible effort to create distance for the sake of appearances. Just quiet alignment. And sometimes, that says everything. No confirmation. No denial. Just a story unfolding in fragments. And maybe that's the point. Because in an era where everything is announced, documented, and dissected in real time, there's something almost powerful about leaving space for interpretation. About allowing moments to exist without labels. About letting the audience lean in closer, searching for meaning in the smallest details. And right now, that's exactly what the world is doing. Watching. Rewatching. Analyzing. Waiting. Because if this is just the beginning, then what comes next could be even bigger. Will they step out publicly as a couple? Will they continue to keep things low-key, letting moments like this speak for themselves? Or will this remain one of those rare Hollywood connections that exists somewhere between rumor and reality? No one knows for sure. But one thing is clear. This wasn't just another Coachella night. This was a moment. A moment that blurred the line between private and public, between coincidence and intention, between curiosity and confirmation. And as more footage continues to surface, one detail remains impossible to ignore. They didn't just show up. They stayed. Together. If you've made it this far, you already know, this story is far from over. So make sure you hit like, subscribe, and share, because the next update might reveal the one detail everyone's been waiting for. And just when it seems like every possible angle has already been uncovered, a new detail begins to surface, one that completely reframes the entire night. A slow-motion version of the viral clip starts making its way across fan pages, and this time, people aren't just watching, they're studying. Frame by frame. Expression by expression. And in that slowed-down moment, something subtle but undeniable begins to stand out. TIMOTHÉE Chalamet isn't just reacting, he's anticipating. Before Kylie Jenner even leans in, he slightly turns his head, almost as if he already knows she's about to say something. It's not dramatic. It's not obvious. But it's there. A level of awareness that suggests familiarity, something built over time, not in a single night. And suddenly, the internet picks a side. Because this isn't just about body language anymore. It's about connection. The conversation online intensifies. Fans begin comparing this interaction to previous public appearances, pointing out similar patterns, small, almost invisible gestures that repeat themselves. The way Kylie positions herself slightly closer. The way TIMOTHÉE adjusts his stance to face her, even in a crowded environment. The way their attention seems to orbit around each other, no matter what's happening around them. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Meanwhile, the setting itself adds another layer of intrigue. Coachella isn't just any event, it's a cultural hotspot, a place where celebrities are seen, photographed, and talked about on a global scale. Every move is captured. Every appearance analyzed. So choosing to be there, together, in that environment, it carries weight. Especially during a performance as high-profile as Justin Bieber's set. Now here's where things take another unexpected turn. A fan who claims to have been just a few feet away from them shares a longer account of what happened after the now viral moment. According to this witness, Kylie and Timothy didn't immediately leave when the performance ended. Instead, they lingered. Not in a rush. Not trying to disappear. They stayed. Talking. Occasionally laughing. Sometimes just standing in silence, watching the crowd thin out. And that detail? That changes everything. Because it suggests they weren't there just for the performance. They were there for the experience. Together. But just as the narrative begins to settle, another clip emerges, and this one introduces a completely new layer of tension. In the footage, a group of fans starts to recognize them. Phones begin to rise. Whispers turn into excited murmurs. The energy around them shifts. You can almost feel the moment building towards something bigger, something that could easily spiral into a full-blown public scene. And for a split second, it looks like it might. Kylie subtly steps back. Timothy glances around, quickly assessing the situation. There's a brief pause, an unspoken decision point. Do they stay? Or do they leave? And then, without any dramatic movement, they do something unexpected. Nothing. They don't run. They don't hide. They don't create distance from each other. Instead, they remain exactly where they are. Calm. Composed. Unbothered. And somehow, that quiet confidence speaks louder than any public declaration ever could. Because in that moment, they're not just reacting to attention. They're choosing how to exist within it. And that choice, it resonates. The crowd eventually settles. The attention diffuses. And just like that, the tension dissolves without ever fully erupting. But the impact of that moment lingers, especially for those who witnessed it firsthand. Because it revealed something deeper. Not just chemistry. Not just comfort. But control. The kind of control that only comes from understanding the situation, and each other. Now let's shift perspective for a second. Imagine being in their position. Every move watched. Every interaction dissected. Every appearance turned into a headline. In that kind of environment, even the smallest gesture can carry enormous meaning. So when those gestures remain consistent, when they feel natural instead of forced, it starts to build a different kind of narrative. One that doesn't rely on confirmation. One that doesn't need words. And that's exactly where this story lives right now. Between what's seen and what's felt. Between what's shown and what's intentionally left unsaid. As more footage continues to surface, one thing becomes increasingly clear: this wasn't a one-off moment. It wasn't a coincidence captured at the right time. It was part of a larger pattern, one that's slowly revealing itself through fragments. Moments in crowds. Glimpses at events. Interactions that last just long enough to raise questions, but never long enough to answer them completely. And maybe that's why the story keeps pulling people in. Because it doesn't give you everything. It makes you look closer. It makes you wonder. It makes you stay. And just when it feels like we're getting closer to understanding what's really going on, the story pulls back again, leaving just enough mystery to keep the conversation alive. So now the question shifts once more. Not are they together? Not even how serious is this? But something far more compelling. How long can they keep this balance? Between public curiosity and private reality. Between visibility and mystery. Because sooner or later, something has to give. Another appearance. Another moment. Another clue that either brings everything into focus, or makes it even more complicated. And if this night at Coachella proved anything, it's that even the smallest moments can carry the biggest impact. A glance. A step closer. A decision to stay instead of leave. Details that might seem insignificant on their own, but together, they tell a story that no official statement ever could. And right now, that story is still unfolding. Piece by piece. Clip by clip. Moment by moment. So if you think you've seen it all, think again. Because the next detail, the one that changes everything, might already be out there, waiting to be noticed. Make sure you stay tuned, stay curious, and don't miss what comes next. And just when it feels like the story has reached its peak, another layer quietly begins to unfold, one that doesn't come from viral clips or fan footage, but from something far more subtle: timing. Because within hours of that night at Coachella, something unusual happens. Not a statement. Not a confirmation. But a shift. A digital ripple that fans are quick to catch. Kylie Jenner posts, nothing directly related, nothing that mentions the event, but the timing aligns almost too perfectly. A late-night upload. A minimal caption. A carefully curated image that, on the surface, seems unrelated, yet the comment section tells a completely different story. Within minutes, fans flood in. Were you with him? Coachella confirmed? Timothy? The speculation doesn't just continue, it accelerates. And then, almost as if on cue, attention shifts toward Timothée Chalamet. Unlike Kylie, he doesn't post. No photos. No stories. Nothing. Just silence. But that silence? It becomes part of the narrative. Because in a world where every celebrity moment is often documented in real time, choosing not to post can say just as much as posting itself. It creates contrast. It creates imbalance. And most importantly, it creates curiosity. Why did Kylie post? Why didn't Timothy? Was it intentional? Or just coincidence? And just like that, the conversation evolves again. Now it's not just about what happened at Coachella. It's about what happened after. Fans begin connecting dots, tracking timelines, comparing previous activity, analyzing patterns in both of their online behaviors. Some point out that Kylie has a history of subtly acknowledging major moments without directly addressing them. Others argue that Timothy's consistent privacy suggests a deliberate effort to keep certain aspects of his life out of the spotlight. Two different approaches. One shared moment. And somehow, it works. But here's where the tension builds again. Because behind the scenes, another detail begins to emerge, one that hasn't gone viral yet, but is slowly gaining traction in smaller circles. A report, unconfirmed, but persistent, suggests that both Kylie and Timothy were seen leaving the area around the same time, but not side by side. Instead, they reportedly exited through different paths, minutes apart, avoiding drawing attention as a pair. If true, that changes the interpretation entirely. Because it suggests awareness, strategy, control over how they're perceived. And suddenly, every moment from earlier in the night takes on new meaning. The closeness in the crowd. The subtle interactions. The decision to stay calm when recognized. All of it now feels intentional. Not staged. But managed. And that distinction matters. Because it raises a new question, one that goes deeper than anything we've asked so far. Are they protecting something? Or are they protecting themselves? As the hours pass, more voices enter the conversation. Entertainment insiders, fan accounts, casual observers, all offering their own interpretations. Some believe this is the early stage of a relationship that's being carefully navigated. Others think it's a connection that exists somewhere outside traditional labels, something fluid, undefined, and intentionally kept that way. But no matter the theory, one thing remains constant. Interest is growing. Not fading. Not stabilizing. Growing. Because every new detail doesn't answer questions, it creates more. And that's what keeps people watching. Now let's go back to that night one more time. The music. The lights. The crowd. Justin Bieber on stage, delivering a performance meant to be the headline moment of the evening. And yet, somewhere in the middle of that massive audience, a completely different story was taking shape. One that had nothing to do with the set list, the visuals, or the performance itself. A story built on glances. On proximity. On moments that weren't meant to be the focus, but became it anyway. And maybe that's why this moment stands out so much. Because it wasn't presented. It was discovered. And there's a difference. Presented moments are designed to be seen. Discovered moments feel real. Unfiltered. Uncontrolled. Even when they might not be entirely accidental. And right now, the line between those two ideas is exactly where this story lives. Blurry. Undefined. But impossible to ignore. As new clips continue to surface, one particular detail starts to gain attention, a micro-expression from TIMOTHÉE that hadn't been widely discussed before. It's subtle. Almost invisible unless you're looking for it. But once you notice it, it changes the tone completely. After Kylie leans in to speak, after he smiles, there's a brief pause where his expression softens even further. Not for the camera. Not for anyone else. Just for her. And that moment? It doesn't feel performative. It feels personal. And that's what makes it powerful. Because in a space filled with noise, attention, and expectation, a moment like that stands out precisely because it isn't trying to. It just exists. Quietly. And sometimes, those are the moments that say the most. Now here's the final layer, the one that brings everything together. Because as the conversation continues to grow, as more people weigh in, as the footage circulates across platforms, one undeniable truth begins to settle in. This story isn't being driven by confirmation. It's being driven by curiosity. And curiosity is far more powerful. Because confirmation ends a conversation. Curiosity keeps it alive. And right now, this story is very much alive. Evolving. Shifting. Expanding with every new detail that surfaces. So where does that leave us? Right back where we started. With a moment in a crowd. Two people standing side by side. No announcement. No explanation. Just presence. And maybe that's the real takeaway here. Not everything needs to be defined to be meaningful. Not every story needs a clear beginning or a confirmed ending. Some stories exist in between, in the space where questions are more compelling than answers. And this is one of those stories. So stay watching. Stay curious. Because if this night at Coachella was only one chapter, the next one might be the one that finally reveals everything, or changes the story entirely. And just when the conversation feels like it's starting to circle back on itself, another unexpected detail quietly enters the spotlight, one that doesn't come from video, photos, or even eyewitness accounts, but from absence. Because in the days following that night at Coachella, something unusual happens again. There are no follow-up sightings. No coordinated appearances. No paparazzi shots of them leaving together the next morning, no brunch photos, no airport captures. For two people who had just dominated global headlines in a matter of hours, the silence that follows is almost deafening. And that silence begins to reshape the narrative yet again. Because now, instead of asking what happened at Coachella, people start asking why nothing happened after. Where did they go? Did they separate immediately? Was that moment in the crowd the only time they were together that night, or just the only time they were seen? And just like that, the mystery deepens. Online discussions take a sharper turn. Some fans begin to suggest that the lack of follow-up is intentional, that after realizing how quickly the moment went viral, both Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet may have chosen to pull back, to create distance, to let the noise settle before making any further public moves. Others see it differently. They argue that the absence of additional sightings could mean the opposite, that there was never anything more to show. That what the world saw was exactly what it was, two people crossing paths, sharing a moment, and then going their separate ways. Two interpretations. Same silence. And no clear